Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. In today's recipe, we are making a carrot cake, y'all. So if you have a J. Alexander's near you, you know that they have one of the best carrot cakes, and it's a little bit different from our traditional carrot cake. So this has it has nuts in it, it has coconut flakes in it, but it is so good. It's a very delicate, moist cake. It's light, it's fluffy, it's everything, okay? And this is one of my dad's favorite cakes. So I decided to make this. It's kind of like a J. Alexander copycat recipe of their carrot cake. So if you enjoy carrot cake and you're open to having nuts and coconut in your carrot cake, this recipe is for you. So first we're going to start off with our dry ingredients. Here I have cake flour, but you are more than welcome to use all-purpose flour. We're going to add in our cinnamon, nutmeg, our baking powder, and then also our pinch of salt. As always, I will leave all ingredients in the description box below. So all ingredients, measurements will be in the description box below. So you're going to whisk that together until it looks like this. And then we're going to add some sugar to a bowl. And then we're going to add in all of our eggs. And please make sure that your eggs are room temperature. Followed by our oil, a little vanilla. And then here is another key, y'all. So crushed pineapples, do not drain them, okay? So it's going to be 8 ounces of crushed pineapples. Don't drain them. Followed by that with some buttermilk. And you want to whisk that together until nice and incorporated and it looks just like this. And then you're going to add in some carrots. So please grade your carrots. Please don't be lazy and use the little, shredded carrots out the bag. No, you need to grate it so that it's not too crunchy because you don't want people crunching, eating your carrot cake. So once you whisk in your carrots, you're going to add all of your dry ingredients and then you're going to whisk that together until well incorporated and it looks like this. And don't be alarmed. Yes, just like my red velvet cake, I know that this mixture looks, a little bit on the wet side, but trust the process, okay? So you can use walnuts or you can use pecans, whatever your preference. I use walnuts here. So I added my walnuts, added in my coconut shred, and then we're going to fold that in very nicely. Again, do not be alarmed. This is very much a trust the process, okay? Yes, the batter looks a little wet, but it's going to come together and your cake going to be nice and moist, okay? So 9-inch baking pans. People always ask me what size. There it is, 9 inches. I'm going to take it and I'm going to use some baking Pam. Any non-stick spray that you have, Baker's Joy. You're going to want to bake this thoroughly because you want your cake to pop out very easily when it's that time. Okay, so spray it down. Okay, it needed a little more. Go ahead and spray that. And then you're going to equally distribute your cake batter into all 3 pans. I'm not very technical. I use, a scale to do so. I just kind of eyeball it. And if one is a little uneven than the other, it's for my house. Who cares? So go ahead and top off the rest of the batter. You're going to bake this on 325 for 50 to 60 minutes or until it's done, contingent upon your oven. And while that is cooking, we're going to get started on our simple syrup. So our simple syrup is a little bit different from traditional. It has buttermilk, it has sugar, and then it has butter. And then you want to bring that to a boil and it looks like this and you want to let it cool down. So set that aside. Our cakes are done and this is what they look like. You touch it, it's firm to touch, it doesn't sink. So I'm going to let this cool and then before we wrap them up for the freezer, you're going to take a toothpick. You're going to use the toothpick, of course, to see if it's done. It's done. So you're going to use that toothpick to poke multiple holes around the cake. And we're doing this so that when we pour our simple syrup on our cake, it really, gets all down into the creases of the crevices of the cake and make sure that the whole cake's sopped up, So go ahead and poke holes all around your cake. Very random. It's no method to the madness. Go ahead and give your simple syrup a nice little whisk. And as it's cooled down, you don't want this to be cold because then the butter will start to kind of form back up. But you don't want it piping hot either. So just go ahead and pour that right on the cake. And again, all measurements and ingredients will be listed down in the description box below. So I did go ahead and wrap my cakes in saran wrap, and I let them sit in the refrigerator overnight. No reason behind it. You could chill it for about an hour before you move on to the decorating stage, but I let mine sit in the refrigerator overnight. I did not freeze them. So getting started on our icing, we have softened butter, softened cream cheese, we have vanilla, and you can never have too much vanilla. And then we're going to whisk that together until nice and silky and smooth. I've made cream cheese icing on this channel a million times, but I'm gonna make it one more time for y'all. Okay, so once you get it nice and smooth and it looks just like this, you're going to go ahead and add in your sugar. I don't sift my sugar. I just add it from the bag. We use the whole bag, but I only do half the bag at a time. So you want to go ahead and beat in that first batch of sugar until it is nice and incorporated, just like so. And once you get a smooth consistency and it start looking a little thick like me, you're going to go ahead and add in the rest of your powdered sugar. To thin it out, if I find it that it's getting too thick, I do add a little bit of heavy whipping cream. And that just, ensures that my icing stays creamy and it doesn't become runny. Like, it'll still be fluffy like I need it to be. Look at that. Beautiful. So because it's for my house, I am using my personal cake stand. So what I am going to do first is I'm going to take a little bit of icing and I'm going to just rub that down. And this just will ensure that my cake is going to stay put. And when we go to cut it, it's not slipping and sliding. Or if I need to move it from one table to the next, it's not slipping and sliding. So go ahead and start with a little icing as your base. Add your first layer of cake, and then you're going to add a very thin layer. And I like to do thin layers of frosting when I know I'm going to put a lot of icing on the outside, because you don't want your icing overpowering the cake. Okay, so you want to bring that icing all to the edges of the cake, and then you're just going to stack your next layer and repeat. So now that you have built your cake, you want to give it a quick crumb coat. So this one just ensures that none of the crumbs is left in your final presentation. Again, this is from my house, so we're really just having fun with this. I'm just so accustomed to crumb caking a coat that I don't have it in me to just throw like a pile of icing on it. So I did crumb coat it. I let it chill out in the refrigerator for about 30 minutes. And now we're going back in with the final coat. Now, is it going to be perfect? Absolutely not. Again, it's from my house. Okay. Literally whip this together real quick. But go ahead and, give yourself a generous layer of frosting. I have no idea what this is called, but I'm using this scraping tool because I want like a little, you'll see the design. I don't even know how to describe what that design is, but it's like a little wave, rustic looking feel to it. I want it to be fun. I want it to be different. So I went ahead and did that to the sides. It look a mess right now, but it's going to come together. Trust the process. Okay. You don't have to do this, whatever you feel comfortable. If you want to just slap the icing on there, please be my guest. So I added it to the top, but I'm also going to use, my offset spatula to kind of create the same effect on the top. So as you can see, I'm going to start and I'm just going to drag it, and I'm using the turntable, of course. And then, once I show it at the end, you'll see how that design came together. But it doesn't have to be perfect. This is literally just for my family to enjoy. So boom, look, I told y'all it came together. So these little carrot pieces I ordered from Amazon, just looked for like decorative carrots or something like that. I just thought it would be cute to place around, like, little indicators on where people can cut, because sometimes people get a little greedy. Okay, so again, these are very edible. They're from Amazon, and they're just made out of icing. And I will try to find that link for you guys, and I will leave that link down in the description box as well. So again, I use these as indicators on where to cut, so people would not get, a little too knife happy. And wham, she cute. you know, she's not perfect, but she came out giving very much cute. So I did let that chill out for a little bit, a few hours actually, before we came back to cut it. And I cannot wait for y'all to see what the inside looks like. So I just could not get over how cute it was with the little swirl on top. That came out really, really, really nice. So if you're trying to do something, you know, different and jazz it up for the family function, go ahead. So let's cut into her and see what she is giving. Yes, ma'am. I want some of your brown sugar shoe. Y'all, tell me, listen, even if you have not tried this recipe with the nuts in the coconut, please just try it. Please just try it and let me know what you think, because I promise you, and those who have had J. Alexander's carrot cake, y'all know, okay? The real ones know that this is the one. So I did ask my family, and I'm like, okay, on a scale from 1 to 10, me or J. Alexander, what am I getting? 10 out of 10, honey. Will never steer you wrong, okay? So I will come back with a classic carrot cake recipe at some point in time, but until then, she is it. She is the star. She is everything. So thank you guys for tuning in to another recipe. I will see you soon. Bye.